Sorry if I'm like slurring a little bit. I was drinking a little bit just to just you know, and it's okay. I'm 21 years old plus 9, so all right. I'll talk to my husband or baby daddy about that. We'll see. It's like, ooh, this is really vulgar. Like, wow, okay, that's a lot. It's a lot. But oily. Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back here with a new video. This video is somewhat impromptu. I had done a full face of makeup. I was gonna go out, but I changed my mind last minute because I have so much to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas. I have a lot of people to see and things, so I was like, I don't think I have the energy. I don't think I'm gonna have the energy if I go out tonight, so I'm not going out. And I decided, you know what, why waste the beat face, make a YouTube video. So I'm gonna be going over my favorites of 2021, and let's get right into it. I'm gonna start off with music. Okay, firstly, actually before I get into that, I want to say that thank you to everyone who has entered my giveaway. I didn't choose my winners yet, but my next video after this, I'll definitely announce who won the giveaways. I can't wait to send you guys your goodies from Rich Soul Foods and from Love, Light, and LOCS. Alright, so I'm gonna try my best to get through this video without any edits so I can just be lazy and upload this. So wish me luck. Alright, so my favorite album of 2021 has to go to Hotels by Jasmine Sullivan. I believe this album came out in January or so, and there were a few other albums that I liked that came out afterwards, but none of them were hitting quite like Jasmine Sullivan. And the thing is about that album, like I couldn't even relate like that to a lot of the content because I've always been a little bit more on the conservative side, you know what I'm saying? Like that just hasn't been my life. I'll just put it like that. But some of the songs, like maybe Lost Ones, I could relate to. Other Side, like in my head. Like I wouldn't actually do that, but it's kind of like it's a thought, a fleeting thought that you have sometimes when you're really stressed out. Like the other side is, yeah. On It. Hey, let's be honest here. On It, that's relatable content too. But like other songs, it just you know, it just gets the party started. Like Price Tag, I can't relate to that, I'm sorry, but that song is hot. What else is on that album that I really like? I can't think, but I really enjoyed that album, and I loved all the different performances that she did. Jasmine Sullivan did, like her Tiny Desk. I liked her Essence performance. I liked her performance in collaboration with one of those food delivery services. Was it not Postmates, Uber Eats, I can't think. Grubhub? Was it Grubhub? I don't remember. She did a on her channel, like you can see that performance, and that's one of my favorites too. Oh, and she honorable mention to her single Tragic. It wasn't on the album Hotels, but she released it shortly after that came out, maybe a few months after that came out, and that song is I can't quite relate to that song either, but I get it. Just being a woman, I get it. Like I get it. Anyway, so shout outs to Hotels, my favorite album of the year. My favorite song of the year has to go to Doja Cat, Need to Know. I love that song. Like I just love when that song comes on the radio when I'm driving. It's just like, it just gets me so hype. Like I love it. But when I really listen to the words, it's like, ooh, this is really vulgar. Like wow, okay, that's a lot. It's a lot. But oily. But I really like that song. It's so fun. By the way, her music video inspired something I did later on, but I'll get to that. But that song is just really fun. but again, that's really vulgar. I can't quite relate to exactly what she's saying in that, but I like to be, when it got the bass going, that's my joint. Need to know. My favorite artist of the year, I have to say Ari Lennox. Even though she didn't drop anything this year, I mean, she didn't drop an album this year, but she has come out with music. Like she's for instance, she was on It, like I mentioned earlier, with Jasmine Sullivan. She was with Summer Walker in that song Unloyal on Summer Walker's new album, and she had a single called Pressure that she came out with. She might have had other stuff, I don't know, but those are the songs that I know. Sorry if I'm like slurring a little bit. I was drinking a little bit just to get you know, and it's okay. I'm 21 years old plus 9, so all right, so I can drink. But yes, Ari Lennox, she's becoming like my favorite, like I would say modern R&B artist, because like if y'all know me, then you should know my favorite artist of all time is D'Angelo. Okay, that's not changing. But there are new artists who I listen to on a regular basis. Ari Lennox is like the main one. Like her album Shea Butter Baby, which came out I believe in like 2017 or 2018 or something like that, I think it's 2018. The album, top 10 all time for me, like no skips. Well, yes, I don't like Static, but everything else, like I love that album so much. Chicago Boy, oh my god, BMO, Shea Butter Baby. Shout out to Ari Lennox. She's my favorite artist, and I realized that this year. That's why I'm shouting her out in this video. My favorite Tiny Desk performance, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the NPR channel here on YouTube, but they have artists make these little small performances, and before COVID they used to do it in like this little office space, which was really cute setup, and it was really like a tiny desk, and they're performing and like really cramped. But obviously that's not COVID friendly, so they've been doing like this, the artists have been doing like performances on their own. And my favorite this year has to be Jhené Aiko. And I really love Jhené Aiko's music as an artist. Like she's just such a vibe for me. Like, it's a certain sound that I like to hear, and she's got it. Like, I like her sound. I think she's very vocally talented. A lot of people like to shade her, like say she can't sing, but she absolutely can sing. She just doesn't belt, but she can absolutely sing, and she's definitely she definitely has great control with her vocals and her mic control, and she's also like a really dope songwriter. Like her songs just hit, like a lot of them hit. And granted, I've been really conscious about like the types of music I listen to. As far, I mean, like I just mentioned a couple like really vulgar songs that I really like. Vulgarity for me that's fine, but that's fine. But I don't really like to listen to sad songs, and she does have a lot of sad songs, so I don't listen to those as much. But I really like that she is more eclectic in the way that she also has like a lot of like uplifting songs. And it seems like it's like no middle ground with her. She has like a really uplifting songs, or really like depressing songs, or songs about weed. Like it's like that's it. But yeah, I love that performance. She has her singing bowls, and it's a vibe. So I have to give an honorable mention to Lucky Daye. He's not my favorite artist yet, but he has potential to be up in the conversation of my favorite artists. Lucky Daye, he is an amazing vocalist. He's very talented. He's good looking. He can perform. I was really impressed with his performance at the Soul Train Awards. Was that the Soul Train Awards? I'm not sure what, I think that was the Soul Train Awards recently. That boy, he got it. He's next up. That's the name to listen out for, to look out for. Lucky Daye. I really love his song Over. He samples Music Soul Child's Half Crazy, and I love Music Soul Child, and I love a really good sample. I love a sample when it's done well. Like if it's a song that I love, that a song that like has meaning to me, and then I hear a new artist remake it, or like not remake it, but they, you know, use some of the music or even some of the words, or either or both, and they do a really good job, I'm here for it. I love that. And he did that. You know, I have this light like on my face, and it's like, I think it's making me sweat a little bit. I'm already like a combination skin girl, so my T-zone get a little oily. But anyway, so yeah, his song Over, I definitely recommend it. Watch the music video. I just shouts to Lucky Day. So that's it for music. Now we're gonna talk about like movies and film and TV, I mean. So I'll say my favorite movie of 2021 has to be Billie Holiday versus the United States. Woo! I think I watched that movie like 5 times. And mind you, the movie's like 2 hours and change maybe. I'm not sure. But that movie just hit me. It hit me so hard, man. Ugh. Well, Billie Holiday, her story, period, is a really touching story. And usually when you learn about Billie Holiday, you just learn about her learn about her upbringing and then her drug addiction, and that's usually what is mostly focused on. You don't really hear about her activism and like her, basically how the government was preying on her. You don't really hear about that. So the fact that they dove into that in this movie, I really appreciated it, especially because, okay, sidebar, during Black History Month for the past few years, I like to dress up as some sort of like historical figure, or at least like an era. And if you don't know that about me, I love to play dress up. That's like my favorite thing to do. So this year I dressed up as 3 people. I'll actually talk about that later on more, but I'll just mention now, I dressed up as Billie Holiday, as one of the people who I wanted to pay tribute to. And when I was researching like looks that I should do, I learned that the movie was coming out, and I'm like, oh, what great synchronicity is that, like the movie's coming out and I'm gonna do a photo shoot for her. So I'm gonna show you the picture later, but so that's when I learned that the movie was coming out. I forgot why I brought that story up. Anyway, so I was really impressed with Andra Day, because she was not an actress prior, but I believe she trained for 3 years to get into that character. She even like started smoking. I mean, I believe that's called method acting, right? Like, that's what she needed to do. Then hey, she did a great job. She ended up getting all of her things. She got, you know, she didn't get an Oscar, did she? I don't think she got an Oscar. She got one of them awards, child. I forget. But she got acknowledged, mind you. So okay, so before the movie came out, I posted my Billie Holiday photos, and I used, hey, you know, the hashtag Billie Holiday versus the United States, hashtag Andra Day, because, you know, it's all relevant content. And Andra Day, she left me a comment. She left me a comment. She's like, wow, you're so beautiful, or something like that. And I'm like, oh my god, Andra Day. Matter of fact, I think I told this story before on my YouTube channel. I think I did. Anyway, in short, Billie Holiday versus the United States is my favorite movie from 2021. And my favorite actress or actor from 2021 was also Andra Day for playing Billie Holiday. Shout out to Trevante Rhodes, who played Jimmy Fletcher in that movie. Trevante Rhodes, beautiful man, beautiful man, beautiful man. I had to put that out there. No disrespect. My favorite series from 2021, I had to give a tie to Raising Kanan and Harlem. Those shows are totally different from each other, but they were my favorite from the year. Raising Kanan came out earlier on in the year, I believe, or maybe in the summer. I'm not sure when that came out actually. Yeah, maybe spring, summer. But I'm partial to shows that take place in my city. You know, Raising Kanan took place in Queens, and Harlem took place in Harlem, go figure. and Raising Kanan, that's a part of the Power universe, and I really love those shows. Granted, they don't have the best writing, and I really hate saying that, but it's the truth. But the thing is about those shows, they have really good storylines, so I have to give it to them. The Power shows, the Power Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3 so far, those are the only ones that are out. Power Book 4 should be coming out next month, I believe. But they have really good storylines, but I just feel like I'm not a TV show writer, like, so I'm gonna like save my criticism and keep that to myself. But I love those shows. At the end of the day, those shows are very entertaining. I love those shows. So Raising Kanan was definitely my favorite new show this year, and I also have to give it to Harlem because I do love a good like chick flick, and it's a show, like a chick series, you know. And it was that. Granted, these types of shows, they always do the same thing, like the 4 best friends, you know, and like no matter what show you think of, you can always like match the characters to who's who. Like they all have their own tropes, and it's kind of like, it's a little played out, but at the same time it's not played out because it works. It works every single time. You know, so you could think of you see these 4 friends and you could think of which one of your friends is which. Like you could do that with Sex and the City, even though it's totally different types of people. Older white women, like me, girlfriends, like the young 20s, 30s black women. Like you could even match characters like that, and you could do the same thing with Harlem, and then Insecure, that other show that just came out. I couldn't really get through it. But that took place in New York City as well with Brisha Webb. Can't think of the name right now, but I believe it's also on, I believe it's on Stars. It's on Stars. Anyway, Harlem is really good. It's really funny. I love the storylines. Each character, I believe, is developed pretty well. And I'm looking forward to season 2 of Harlem, as well as Power Book 2, Raising Kanan. No, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. So I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Billy Porter, because Billy Porter did his thing in Pose. Pose, I believe, ended this year. That was this year, right? I hope it was this year and not last year, because if it was last year, oops. But Billy Porter, I'm shouting him out this year for his role as Praise Hell. That boy, excuse me, that man can act. I tell you, that man can act. So shout out to Billy Porter. I really love that show, Pose. I learned a lot about the trans community, and especially, like, mostly it's what I learned. Like the history of them and their experiences with the AIDS epidemic and how they were impacted. Like, you can always like imagine, but like just watching that, it really painted a picture. I did see the documentary back in the day called Paris is Burning, which really took me through a loop, because it's just such an experience that's so exclusive to this community, and it's just like, wow, this is what they experienced. And it's kind of like it's really devastating. It's really devastating that this is what people go through. But Billy Porter, he did a really great job in that show, just gotta say. And yeah. So my favorite podcast this year was Here's the Thing. Here's the Thing. That podcast can be found here on YouTube on Kev on Stage Studios channel, I believe. And that podcast consists of Kev on Stage and that chick Angel Lakita Moore, actress. And so they're both comedians, but I believe Angel, she mostly identifies as an actor. But yeah, they go over pop culture stuff, mostly, and what I like about them in particular is that they have like a really churchy upbringing. I kind of did a little bit. I mean, not to the extreme as them, but absolutely. I was going to Baptist church every Sunday growing up. Actually, when I lived in Texas, we were going to Pentecostal church. When I moved to Brooklyn, we started going to Baptist church. And like, I do appreciate that part of my life, that my upbringing, and you know, church. While I have like my beef with organized religion now, what I do appreciate is the structure and like the the morals, the ethics, the like the, you know, just the basics of how to live, like of what you learn, like even like with the Bible itself, like the life lessons, you know, Jesus being like this exemplary person, you know, for you to be like, what would Jesus do, you know, like to really help guide you. I appreciate that, even though like I don't necessarily identify as a religious person at all. I appreciate that being I appreciate having that foundation. And if I have kids, I would like to figure out how I can give them that foundation as well. I don't know if me bringing them into church is the answer, but I'll see, you know, I'll see. I'll talk to my husband or baby daddy about that. We'll see. But yeah, shouts to them. By the way, I saw them, they were on tour. I saw them when they came to New York City, when they came to Caroline's this summer. So that was pretty cool. Them two, and to hear more. So that was dope. My favorite YouTube channel. So I gave a tie to Just My Opinion Reviews and Pay or Wait. These two channels, actually I've found Pay or Wait last year, but Just My Opinion Reviews, I found his channel this year. And I chose these two channels to be my favorite for 2021 because I've been more into watching reviews of the shows that I watch and reviews of movies that I watch, or even movies that I haven't watched or won't watch. But I really like the deep dive into it because I realized I'm really into not so much, I don't want to say cinema, but like I'm really into filmmaking, like all of it. Like, if you guys are really familiar with me, then, or if you follow me really closely, then you know that I recently started back acting. And I'm not just interested in the acting, I'm also interested in the production, I'm interested in the writing. Like I love that. And like I haven't told this to anybody on like on the internet, but maybe in like 2014 I remember waking up one day and the first thought that came into my mind, mind you, it probably wasn't even a thought, like it felt more like a message was being sent to me. Matter of fact, I don't even want to share that with y'all. I'll tell y'all in a later date. Sorry, put a pin in that. But I really appreciate the conversations on different shows and stuff. Pay or Wait, her channel, she actually interviews a lot of actors from the different movies and shows that she reviews, which is really cool. And what I really like about Just My Opinion Reviews, he brings on somebody, not all the time, but for certain shows he has like a guest to speak to, so it's like more like a conversation on the show and less of just a review of the show. And I appreciate that. It's really interesting. So shout outs to those channels, and shout outs to the podcast, Here's the Thing. Oh yeah, I mentioned that Here's the Thing is on YouTube, but it's also like on like wherever you hear podcasts as well, I'm sure. Okay, so that's it for like my favorites outside of myself. Now we'll talk about favorites on me. So like I mentioned earlier, my favorite photos, okay, I mentioned earlier, I'm sorry, I got distracted. My favorite thing to do is play dress up, and for Black History Month I like to pay tribute to whether they are black figures or like an era, and like do a black look. Like for instance, was that 2019? I did like a 70s look. I made my hair look like an afro, and I had like these bell-bottom pants and stuff, like colorful. I was talking on a phone booth, like it was really retro and cool. That was for February. I don't remember what I did for 2020 exactly, not at this moment, but 2021 I did Janet Jackson, Diana Ross, and Billie Holiday, and I'm going to show you some of those pictures right now. This is my favorite shot from the Billie Holiday shoot. As you see, I'm wearing like my locks in like these knots or cinnamon rolls, whatever you want to call it. I was trying to make myself look like I have a short haircut, and I put like these flowers in my hair to look like the gardinas she wears, and I'm wearing like pearls and like the old school dress. I really love this look. And then here is my Janet Jackson. I was pretending to actually be performing. I don't know if you could tell, but I have on like one of those fake mics. Well, actually it was a real mic, but I have on like a mic, like an ear set. Apparently, from what I read, I'm not sure if it's true, but I read that Janet Jackson made it like popular to do that, to put on like the headset so you can do full-on choreography and dance. Again, I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah, so I thought that, you know, having that would really signify Janet Jackson, so I made sure to put that on my look. I also did a braid out, and I was wearing all black. And what I was really thinking of, that one tour she did, I can't think of the name of it, but like that one tour where she was just like, where she was grabbing the people out of the audience and giving them the lap dance on the cross thingy, like to that song Would You Mind. Like that's what I was probably listening to when I took this picture. Okay, yeah. And Diana Ross, here's my Diana Ross. Throughout my life I've been told I look like Diana Ross, so I definitely wanted to try to do her because I thought I could do a really good job. And I really love this shoot. Like of all three, I think I really like Diana Ross shoot the most. Like I think it just looks so cool. Like I love the backdrop. I like how I did I do petals? I think I did petals in my hair, curly petals, to give myself that full but like short look. And I put like lashes on the bottom because she did that a lot. She put like little pieces of lashes on her bottom lashes. And yeah. Oh, I also like did white liner underneath here to make my eyes look a little bigger. Not that I need it, I got big eyes already, but I think Diana Ross's eyes might be slightly bigger than mine. Or at least they look like it in pictures. So those are my favorite photos of 2021 that I took myself. But I also have to give an honorable mention to my 30th birthday shoot. This is my favorite photo from my 30th birthday shoot. I actually have this photo as my screensaver on my phone. What I love about this photo, again, I love playing dress up, and that's what I'm doing here. Like I have like a grown and sexy vibe. I have this robe that's like sheer and has like these fuzzy thingies on it, and like I'm in this room. You can't really tell the true color of what's going on, but the room was like a pinkish color. The walls are pink, and like that's a purple plant. Like it was just such a vibe. Like it was just such a vibe. Like like it reminds me of Ari Lennox's music video for Break Me Off, BMO. And like just that whole, like it gave like a 90s feel. Like what other or even like the Ari Lennox and Queen Naija video for even the Ari Lennox and Queen Naija video for Set Him Up. Like the feel, like that 90s feel, that whole aesthetic, like the colors, the dim lighting, and the lights, and the sexy, like I love that. I don't know how to describe it, but I love that vibe. And my favorite YouTube video that I put on my channel, while this video did not get a lot of views at all, this might be one of my lowest viewed videos of the year, and that's okay. I love this video, and it is my short film Earth Alien that I produced alongside Ivan Brown, Long Tower Photo. I love it. My alien look and that was inspired by Doja Cat. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out please, and check out the behind the scenes. That was fun. And like, yeah, like there's so much more to that story, but like we only had 2 minutes and we didn't have a team to really pull off what we could have done, but it was still great. So check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I got through this video before my battery dies, and it's about to die right now, so I'm trying to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being along this journey of mine, my YouTube journey, and I hope that you stick around. I hope you're subscribed. I hope that you leave a comment below and thumbs the video up. Follow me on Instagram at Keisha Charmaine. Shop at KeishaCharmaine.com. Love, light, and locks. And Happy New Year! Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe. You can always visit www.KeishaCharmaine.com for hair growth products, hair accessories, and more. But don't leave just yet. Check out my featured video and my latest video.